and welcome to Citizens Dialogue on First Next News. As the conversation begins, we take you through the issues shaping our national direction. Today, we open the floor to focus on meaningful dialogue on governance, policy, accountability, and the voice of the people. Stay with us as we examine the headlines and engage leading civic minds for sharp and thoughtful perspective. Now the headlines. 2 Nigerians killed in Russia-Ukraine war. In a major twist, Inec outrageous demands. Bringing you this report is Cassie Tony. We'll go on a short break now. When we return, we'll dive straight to the discussion. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the show on Citizens Dialogue. I remain your host, Cassie Tony. It's a pleasure having you on set to Ugochukwu. Welcome.
Good morning, Cassie. Happy weekend.
Wish you same. Happy weekend.
If in Nigeria they say thank God it's Friday.
Okay.
So thank God the week is winding down. So many people still don't understand that the week ends on Saturday and the new week begins on Sunday. But because our weekends here,
our weekends are like Monday,
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So they think so. We thank God we have navigated the week.
Okay.
And some of the stories this morning is bringing about mixed reaction.
Exactly.
The Nigerians being killed. Then when we go into the meat of the matter, we see the reason and why.
Okay. So this outfit now, is it a weekend outfit?
Yeah, I'm set for the weekend.
Okay, so that's why you came out with a cap.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure having you, Ken.
Thank you so much, Cassie.
Always very serious. From Monday to Friday, you're always very, very serious.
That is what the economy is telling on everybody. So at least we should follow
now,
suit.
if the economy is telling on you, you shouldn't be this serious. At least loosen up, a little casualty. Because you're always very uncorporate,
Well,
even on the weekend.
Well, I think it's part of the systematic movement of every analyst. So
Okay.
I think I should follow suit.
Okay, so now you are who? Is it Abati or?
No. I'm Kings.
Okay, you're Kings.
Thanks for having me.
I'll start with you, Ugochukwu. Looking at the killing of 2 Nigerians in Russia-Ukraine war, what do you have to say about this whole development?
It's very sad.
It's very sad.
It's very, very sad because no Nigerian should die in the search for greener pasture. No Nigerian should be killed, or no Nigerian should go to any country where your safety and your security is not guaranteed, basically because of the economy of the country, the actions and inactions of our leaders, who do not allow the resources to go round.
Okay, sorry to cut you. You say no Nigerians should die in search of a greener pasture.
Yes.
But we are not told if these Nigerians actually died because they went in search of a greener pasture. Because I feel them joining the army is their choice. They did that willingly. They were not coerced or they were not compelled to do so. They did it out of their own willingness of heart. And we're also told that they didn't even undertake any training. They just went there, and within August and September they joined. So you won't say no Nigerian should die in search of a greener pasture, because they didn't mention whether or not they went for greener pasture.
Cassie, I always posit here that we are students of history.
Okay.
I don't know if you really recall when this Ukrainian-Russian war broke out.
Yeah, that was 2020, 2021.
That was during the Muhammadu Buhari's administration, when Nigeria was at a crossroad, when Nigeria economy was in shambles.
And everybody was jackbarring.
So it's not even about jackbarring. It's about the economy where the leaders should use our resources for our common good.
Okay.
And I remember vividly, I was not in Nigeria then, but I remember vividly reading how Nigerian youths were eager to leave Nigeria to go and fight on the side of either Russia or Ukraine. That people were even saying that once you drop an aircraft in Nigeria, people prefer jumping into that aircraft and going to Russia or Ukraine, because I don't know if you have seen where these Oyibo soldiers that have been taken care of. Their medics are there, their allowances are paid, they are being taken care of, they are given insurance, and the insurance and their families are also taken care of. Even at the front line, the presidents go to visit them and encourage them and meet them at the line of duty. So, but do we see that in Nigeria? Since Tinubu assumed office, I think it was Jonathan that last visited the Nigerian military at the front line in Borno State before the 2011 general elections or 2015 general elections. But these are some of the incentives. If you are an ordinary citizen or a citizen in Nigeria whose welfare is not being catered for, and you see an opportunity where you have, what drives people to going out to see greener pastures is your social security.
Okay.
We are countries, healthcare, you are sure of your retirement benefits, you can train your children, you can live your life after even you have retired, and you are in school. As soon as you are leaving the school, you have an already job. You even have a choice of choosing the job type. But in Nigeria, it's not the same.
Okay.
So that was why immediately the war broke out, and then we had that Ukraine were looking for people to fight for their army, and also Russia, we already know them as people who recruit mercenaries, even through the third party. They have also security companies that they recruit through, not that you enter directly into the Russian army. So they have all those Soviet states.
And that's illegal recruitment.
All those Soviet states that time, they have it. They have a portal where people go and do that. So the thing is that most countries will advise their citizens. But what happened in Nigeria then was that the economy was in shambles. The government and the economic policy of Muhammadu Buhari and APC's administration was heading nowhere. You see them going from APC change to the next level. Next level to where? So Nigeria, the dollar rate, you cannot even fathom or say what is going to be the next day. That was the bane, and that was where Nigerians found themselves as at then.
Okay.
So that elicited many Nigerian youths and many idle. I was coming to work. Cassie, I said, I don't know what Nigeria is turning to. You see a pool of army of young youths on the main road doing practically nothing. These are people who should be expending their energies at the industry, at fields, producing for the country. But where are they? The government left them on the road, harassing motorists, beating up market women, causing nuisance everywhere. These are the kind of people that will easily be a recruiting tool for all those people.
You cannot entirely blame the government for everything that happens to every Nigerian. Because as a full-grown adult, as a Nigerian, knowing the economic situation of your country, you don't have to wait for the government to provide job for you. You create a job yourself.
No.
Of what finance? Of what finance?
Everything, the box stops
of what
at the
finance?
table. We elect them to take care of our own collective. You see why there is governance? If for someone to take charge and distribute the resources evenly to the mama in the village, to the Dick and the Harry. So it will be very chaotic if you remove the government from, just like yesterday we were talking about the Aso Rock, pulling out from the national grid. What happens to the people? Even if a government in Nigeria that have come in since 1999 and they prioritize the provision of electricity and making it stable, go to Ghana. Even the Niger of yesterday, Burkina Faso, go there and see how, there are a neighboring environment. What is a neighboring environment? Is it the level ground?
Is it that enable environment in a society economy means that you provide for citizens according to their needs, according to their levels. Those who went to primary school will have the job they do. Those who had the opportunity of going to secondary school have the type of job they do. There are the ones you call skilled and unskilled jobs.
So your
it's the
point
government-
exactly is-
No, it's the government that makes it possible.
All right.
So when you now remove the government, who does that?
Okay.
So all of us will run to Aso Rock and begin to become policymakers. When the government has refused to make the policies that will benefit the citizens, that's the problem.
Okay.
So those young Nigerians that have been killed might not have been killed if they are. If
Okay,
Nigeria
Ugochukwu, I have
very
heard
fertile.
enough from you. I've heard enough from you. I'll have to move over to Kings Ojalo.
Yes, let him add his views.
I will not blame a lot of persons that are joining politics because I feel that's the only job creation that Nigeria
Hey,
has.
that's the only industry in Nigeria and the agro industry.
Okay, Kings Ojala, having heard everything that Ugochukwu has said, what is your advice to the Nigerians who are thinking of jackbarring? They want to travel abroad, they want to join US Army, they want to go and fight war and the rest. And then our African countries are talking about Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, and Uganda. What is your advice to our leaders, to our African leaders?
Well, let me add to the anger of my colleague Ugochukwu,
Okay.
because it's worth being angry at. First of all, I don't want to go into other countries. Let's come back home.
Okay.
Let's look at the effects and why our citizens will choose to go and, endanger their life in a war front that concerns a country well known to be a war rivals. Now look at it. Let me really crack one up to you. See, everybody wants greener pasture, just like my colleague said, and everybody wants a place where they will have total hospitality and thereabouts. Now, the condolences to those who lost their life in the war battle, but along the line, they were recruited, not directed appropriately from the government of Russia, because even the
And they cannot do that
yes,
because it's against the international law.
even the ambassador of Russia in Abuja
recruit
said
directly.
that it wasn't wide known. It was just, as he said, a third party platform,
Yes, a
which
third party,
exactly now.
And these people died
Now,
since last year.
let me go into the shoes of these individuals. You understand? Now, let me do some crackings. Just permit me, please. Now, the recruitment, the Russia recruitment of looking at the amount which they are paid, to join. We're talking about just signing in the recruitment bonus. We are talking about 400,000 rubles. That is the Russian currency, which is approximately $4,500. That is just to recruit. You understand? Please, let me ask you, when the Nigerians are fixing their recruitment portal and thereabouts, have you ever heard them giving those who they want to recruit amount of money, or it is you who want to join the army of Nigeria that are going to pay? That is one. Now, we have some regional bonuses. We are talking about states, regions, and then we have a region called the Samara region in Russia, which also pays the sum of 4 million rubles. That is $47,600. We also have that of Moscow and there, but Moscow paid them over 1.9 million rubles. That is $22,600. Then let's go to the monthly salary now. This one is the basic, the total monthly salary of about which they receive, I think, $2,200, and also some combat bonuses, which is approximately 50,000 rubles,
when you
dollars,
participate
and
in the war.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, let me ask you. So all this money now, does it amount to risking your life for? Because these people have families.
Okay, yes, I had one of them
one
had
that died, has
yes,
three
three
children and a
wife.
wife.
Yes,
so
yes.
now he has
It's a
made
very-
the wife a widow in the process of
Just
looking for
as-
a greener
just as
pasture,
my
because he has
colleague-
seen
just
where
as we
they
said,
paid so
Cassie,
well.
just
So
as
is
we
it
said,
worth risking your life for?
Everybody wants a greener patch.
But
Okay.
is it worth risking your life for?
Of course.
Because
Of
that
course.
guy.
Look at the amount of
Okay,
money
so
we are
now
talking
that
about.
he has
Please
died,
compare.
now
Sorry
that he has
to
died, what then
sorry
happens
to summarize.
to the family?
Compare this to our Nigeria payment,
Okay.
military
So
payment.
now that
Look
the
at
guy
this
has
thing.
died, what happens to his family?
No, leave that aside,
All
Cassie.
must die.
Listen, look at, we are talking
All
about
workers must die.
the highest pay in the Nigerian military is 1.2 million naira. That is the highest. Okay, let me say 1.2 million naira for senior ranks. Now you are being paid. Let me say 200 and okay. yes, 200,000 something dollar, which is approximately 900. Okay, yes. We have 3,135,000 naira. Now look at just a salary of probably cornet or sergeant and thereabout compared to the highest amount paid in the military, highest military ranking.
Okay.
Please, if you are in that shoes, you are given the opportunity to join the Nigerian military, that is your home military, and that of the Russia, even in the third, even underground.
Even
Please, which one will you go for? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. A country that does not have good job opportunity, even when the assurance of military is not even, the welfare of military is not even assured, is not even secured.
Okay.
Their well-being is not. Go to some military barracks.
With all this analysis,
go to some
that
military
you've given,
barrack and see the poor states there.
With all this financial analysis, all these figures that you mentioned, what is your advice to the Nigerians? Are you not advising Nigerians?
The simple now. The country should do more. The federal government should do more. Do more. Just as he said, look at some military, some boys roaming the street, carrying rifles and thereabout, wearing khaki, who are not even more experienced, roaming the street, terrorizing civilians. If there are better platform for them to be placed, better industry for them to be placed in, for them to help and grow the economic system of Nigeria, tell me, why would these individuals go to another country and risk their life in the world for Russia and Ukraine? Who does that?
Okay.
This is not even as an enablement of maybe a combined force of the UN or thereabout. They choose to. Is it not people that travel from Libya to Spain, France, and other European countries? Why? Because of the bad state of the country. So it's very simple. Our government are not doing anything.
Thank you so much. I heartfelt condolence to the deceased family.
Please, I want to add a little thing.
Okay, so you make it.
You know, the names of these our brothers that have died in search of greener pasture, I must say that, because they were not told that they are military officers, maybe those who absconded, but these are civilians who only found a way of going out of the country to
make ends meet. They were not even trained.
Maybe they didn't have the money to process their way through, but those recruiting agencies will process everything for you, and they have seen. You know, one thing we will advise the Nigerian youth is that before you engage in any job hunting, especially those people that will promise you that they are going to take care of your logistics,
your welfare and
welfare, everything, please be guided and fast check.
Sir, please. Nigerians, most Nigerians in this current situation, this administration don't care. They don't care. See, a majority of the people don't care the risk, the disadvantages that is in that field. Everybody just want to leave.
No, we have to make this.
Everybody want to leave with the country situation.
This is very important. We have to make this clarification, please. The Nigerian youths who are already in this, who are endangered species, let me say it, because of the economic situation of Nigeria, they will only, what I advise them is to fast check, because if these are brothers, Hamzat, Kolawole, Kazim have checked well, and
Udoka.
what do you call him, Udoka, Stephen, have checked well, they wouldn't have fallen prey. But I wouldn't blame them, because the country concerned, see, you don't throw to life. Life throws at you what life wants.
Opportunity.
You understand? Life has thrown to them what the women be sitting here blaming them, but we didn't know what they are passing through. If somebody that has 3 kids and a wife will leave them in risking himself for that, they should call for government of Nigeria to make the effort in making sure that our resources goes round and for the benefit of the citizens. That is why they are there. Then, when you are not talking about the recruitment portal, I want to advise that, you know, whatever looks like glitters, like they say, is not good. And you are talking about the money, according to what Kings read out. How much are they being, how much is a sergeant being paid? 120,000, 125,000, whose annual salary is not up to 1.5 million. A soldier who is not being paid, who is giving stipend, and who have no security,
Okay.
who has no
good welfare.
no good welfare. Their barracks are dilapidated. Their children are not being taken care of. No insurance for them.
Even the camps that
Anything
they are being
happens.
placed in the war front in the north,
Even
go and check
on
it.
the main roads,
Go
on
and
our
check
major
it.
highways where you have them.
Stay under
What is the
tents.
welfare there? So we have to sow those things so that the government will listen and take the appropriate measure. You are talking about the money. Why wouldn't the money entice
Influence
you?
them.
See, a life that Igbo people say, if you are living and you're living for nothing, it is better that the person is dead.
Okay.
Because what oils life is the resources.
All right.
That is what makes you look at Nigerians who now go to Sudan to go and play football because they pay in dollar. You see the highest goal scorer in the Nigerian MPFL the next year is in another country playing. Even some of them go as much as
Wambali.
as much as
Okay.
the places you don't even hear
All right,
their
thank
name
you so
to
much,
play ball because
Ugochukwu.
of the money.
Thank you. We'll come back to this particular
Yes,
discussion.
money is the key.
But let's move away from all this. Money is the key. The Nigerian moving to another country to this Inec outrageous demand. What do you have to say about this? You know, I could remember in 2023, the amount that Inec spent on the election was about 313 billion.
3.4
Okay,
billion, yes.
3.4 billion if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Then this year, they are demanding for 873, almost a trillion
Yeah.
naira to conduct a whole election. So how are we sure that if this money is being given to them, the election will go well?
Well, where INEC is at it again, you know, this is one of the frontline constitution institution rather in Nigeria that all Nigerians look up to, you know, in order to make this right. But on the long run so far, you know, they failed in so many causes. Let me start with that. Now, there's nothing wrong in them bringing out budget that's expeditious or what they need to be able to finance the election coming 2027. But when there's an misappropriation of funds, that is where the problem comes in. You understand? So, looking at most of their step downs of analysis they made, they talked about election operation cost, which will cost, you know, out of the 873.78 billion. They talked about election operation
Even
cost.
court members allowance
Yes,
increasing
yes.
to 125.
They talked about that one cost 375.65 billion. They also talked about election technology cost, which is 209.21 billion. You know, I'm just breaking it down so that you should know where they are headed to. They also talked about election capital cost, which is 150.
You know, we're not really
54.
interested where they
And
are.
also the worst part, they also talked about miscellaneous.
The headline is the bottom line of this whole
Yes,
amount they are asking.
how effective will it be
will they
in
deliver?
2027? See, you know, before now, we heard about the, what they call it, the electronic election transmission pool, which the House of Senate were almost scandering. Yes. Now, INEC, in the other hand, you know, they've been with the current administration. It's like how will I say it? A collabo. Let me put it that way. Allegedly, let me not allegedly like a collabo. So definitely, just like I started earlier, the institutions has not been of any, you know, help to Nigeria so far, even from the previous administration. Look at what happened in 2023 election. We all know what happened. There have been talks that, look, Peter Obi won the election and thereabouts. You know, that was propaganda that was rigged, allegedly, that made this current administration to take shape.
The election was rigged.
Okay, allegedly, let me use that word. Now, you ask me now, with all these funds and appropriation that is passed into, if will it be positive again in this 2027? My answer is, look, they have.
Your answer is it a yes or a no? That's what I want to hear
no,
from
because
you.
I can't stand for either yes or no.
Okay.
But let me tell you the truth. It is going to be another. See, these funds, you understand, they know what they are doing. When I say they know what they are doing, because I know for the fact that all these funds and especially they are trying to bring to Nigeria, present to Nigeria, it's not the exact money they need. You know, there are ways in which they use to.
Okay.
But on the long run, 2027 election, if it will result to a positive way, it depends on Nigeria. You understand? If we rely on INEC,
And not on the amount INEC is asking
if we
for.
rely on INEC in this situation, I'm telling you, we will be highly betrayed.
Okay.
So it is Nigeria that determines if 2027, you understand, because we all know what INEC are fond of doing,
Okay,
you know,
thank you,
behind the
Ugo
bars most of the time.
Let's hear from Ugo. Okay, Ugo, he said that if we rely on INEC, we will be greatly betrayed, right?
Yes.
Do you agree to that, or?
INEC has betrayed the trust.
Severally.
Bestowed on them.
So it's a no-go area.
Right from the time of Mahmoud Jigad, and we had Yakub Mahmoud, and now we have Professor Amopiten. I think the issue of betrayal will be there. So I wouldn't want to give Nigerians false hope, you know, because you can't be doing the same thing and expect a different result.
So even the money that they are demanding for, there's no guarantee that they will deliver.
It is outrageous because if we are demanding about 1
trillion, just call it 1 trillion.
A fraction of 200 billion removes it from being a trillion. And it just 3 years when
interval.
They spent 353 billion, which they say they were given 313 billion that they received, and they spent about 353 billion for the beavers. And the other amount of money, your guess is as good as mine. Then when you now just oppose it with what they are demanding this year, you will now look at the gap and say what changed.
Okay.
In the Electoral Act, we do not see that there are other innovations or inventions that INEC has brought in order to enhance our elections. And again, there are no much polling units created.
Okay.
Nigerian landmark still remains the same. We did not expand to Cameroon, or we now occupy Niger and Ghana, perhaps. You understand? So, what are they needing these monies for? The same IREF that they talked about that has not been captured as a mandatory, but they say it's a viewing. But that means you can enter inside your room and decide to on television or not. That something is happening and your neighbor tells you, Tinubu is speaking to Nigerians, so you either feel like
you want to listen,
or
not
on your television or not. So it is not, something that makes it our election seamless. We are still, whether you like it or yes, we are still conducting manual election in Nigeria.
Exactly, sir. So add to it, do you know that currently INEC doesn't have full base in, let me say, probably all the local government in Nigeria. Let me use my state, for example. Okay, it's very common. We are all known to that.
Okay,
when
so
an election,
okay.
When an election is ongoing, you know that if you look at the state in which these people conduct the election polls, you see the unkept environment. INEC does not have a branch in each probably constituencies or maybe local government that say, okay, when it is time for election polls, these are where the people will go to, that is built or mandated by the INEC, so that you understand elections, that is casting your vote into the ballot box in a reliable environment. We see the kind of local vicinity, that is old schools, places that are unkept, that election polls is being conducted. You understand? Now, with these funds now they are demanding, sir, please, are they, and it's not even listed here. They are not even talking about, okay, let us build adequate environment, facility for our election polls to be conducted appropriately. We see it on television. We see the old schools.
I will not blame Oji when he said there's no network in his village.
No, leave Oji. Oji no words. We are talking about INEC right now. They are not even putting this into their budget, and it's uncalled for. You understand? How does it reflect on our national TV? Seeing, okay, those in diaspora, seeing the kind of state where election polls. Okay, I remember I watched one of the election that was done in Germany, I think 4 years ago. And you look at the environment where it was done, it's like a bank. The same thing with that of US, the same thing with that of UK. But in Nigeria, we still go and cast our vote in an unkept environment. You see the devastated school that is not even rehabilitated. How will I put it now? School that is not even well constructed. You understand? Old structure, old form. That is where the Inec institutions still go and cast votes. I don't know if you understand. So it's uncalled for.
Okay, thank you so much, Kings. Ugochukwu, do you still have anything to say?
This Inec issue, what is really troubling there is that this 800 billion is not their annual budget. Their annual budget is 1.7 billion.
Just
or
imagine.
7.16 billion is their own annual budget, the budget for the INEC commission. This money we are talking about, 800 and something billion, is for the conduct of election. So if you merge these monies together, how much are we talking about? Nigeria get money.
No.
Nigeria has a lot of money. That is why those our leaders are perpetuating themselves.
They want to die in the office.
One of my friends, we are discussing yesterday. He said that even in the Senate and House of Reps, we should make it at least, given what Jonathan said, maybe we'll come to that, that we should limit the number of years or the number of times they can get there. Nigeria has money. That is why our grandfather and our Christmas daddy, late Sani Abacha, is always gifting us, even from his grave. And
the Abacha loads.
Those people that have taken monies away, they are always, there are always money to, even in the next 50 years, people, you'll be talking about anti-graft, crimes in Nigeria. That's a lot of money, not accounted for. Are you talking about the ones that are made by non-state actors illegally in Nigeria, and they're talking about the one budgeted? So anybody that has the opportunity, let them do what they want. But all I want to say is that, like Honorable Asawaro of APC Edo State said, he told INEC in their budget, he said, given that you are one of the first line charge as provided in the Constitution, the funds, he wants the funds to be released fully, and so that INEC can plan and execute its responsibilities. But there's another thing they said. He told INEC not to make promises it cannot keep.
Exactly.
Referring to what happened in the IRF, that IRF was not even a constitutional issue or an electoral act issue, and you promised it, knowing that you cannot keep to those promises. That's the problem that those people have. So what we are saying here is that INEC should make sure, if the monies are released, INEC should make sure that those monies are used judiciously and for credible election to be conducted. We don't want after elections. We see a lot of money spent in going for litigation, petitions. Let us see less of it, because if we conduct free, credible, and fair elections,
in Nigeria,
less people will be going for to go and challenge the outcome of the result.
Okay.
That is what we are saying.
Right.
Let INEC collect their money, both their miscellaneous and whatever. Let them collect it. But Nigerians let the outcome reflect the expended money.
All right. Thank you so much, Ugochukwu, and thank you, King Sojalo.
Thank you, Cassie.
The bottom line of this discussion is that INEC should reflect what they are actually asking for. INEC shouldn't just make promises that they cannot keep. And then secondly, life do not give you what you want. Life throws at you what it wants you to become. That is it on Citizens Dialogue. I remain your amazing host, Cassie Tony. Thank you, Kings, for joining us. Thank you, Ugochukwu, for joining us.
Thank you, Nigerians.
Thank you. And to you, our viewers, is a bye for now.